And we are back for turn 2 of this Fields of Fire teach and play.
So now this time we are going to do this higher HQ event phase.
Yep.
So
you can an action card.
Yep, and we're looking for the little, you can see right here, we're looking for this symbol over here. If we get that.
Okay.
Oh, did you?
What the hell?
I think you drew him into your hand.
Yeah, hold on a second.
So just, I'm going to pull him out of your hand.
Yep.
So sorry, but we're just going to reshuffle and draw another. So it didn't there. So yeah. So actually, 1 second, real quick. I'm just turning off hands because there's no point. You don't need the hands.
There's no point.
Yeah, there's no point. Okay. So we didn't get it. So we just move on. So now we don't really entirely need to go back because we know we've already been through the sequence of play, so we know what it is. So what's the first thing we do?
Well, we don't have a battalion HQ, right?
Correct.
So
correct.
We're going to go and we're going to pull commands for the company commander.
Correct. Now remember, we were getting a +1 because there was no contact. That is no longer true. So now we are getting a -1 to this.
And that's the only other effect now we've got?
Currently, that's the only other effect because he's back here in the staging area, which he's not getting fired at. So that's miserable.
He got 0.
So 1 is the least you can get.
Okay.
I think that's true.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that's true. So that's not a great result.
No.
So let's talk about what we want to do. So I think we're going to we have some save commands so we can fiddle around a little bit with that. Actually, let's look at that. What do we have for save commands? So second platoon, who we don't want to move, has the save commands. That's unfortunate.
Well, second platoon could move right or left.
Yeah. I'm thinking, yeah. Well, so what I'm thinking is I'd like to...
And listen, I mean, he's going to ultimately not want to go here and probably not going to want to go there.
Yeah, probably. Well, we're going to have to push one of them eventually, I think. But right now, I don't know that we're going to move anybody on this card.
Not into that one. Second platoon, in theory, could get some troops in there.
So the real question here is, like, do we want to activate first platoon or third platoon? So first platoon, if we activate first platoon, we can move somebody over there. What I'd mostly be looking to do with first platoon is move somebody over there and maybe move the entire platoon up to here. With third platoon, I'm going to look to be trying to find this guy so we can chase him off the map so that we sorry about that. We can chase him off the map because this is one place where I'm not certain, but I'm thinking he can call in more fire if he sits there.
I would expect.
Yeah. So let's do this. Let's trust to lock on first platoon and activate third platoon so that we can get some guys forward and start trying to spot.
All right, so we're going to pull a card to see how many the third platoon gets.
Third platoon gets.
Right.
Whoa, baby. So he gets 4. Couple of things that I figured out during the break. So the one thing I figured out during the break is, so if you look down on the movement table, it actually says what you can do if you are not marked as exposed. So one of the things that means is that you can move to or from cover even if you're exposed.
Okay.
So the good news is that it wouldn't have mattered because they were all at the same modifier and they all got blasted. But all these can be under the same sort of cover mark.
So we could have done that.
We could have done that. And yes, this guy is going to be a problem if we leave him on the map. So I think we should chase him off. So
your idea, platoon move here, this guy here.
Yeah. So third platoon, we drew a 5, we lose 1 for contact. So he's got 4 commands. So I think we start with a platoon.
Well, actually, let me ask a quick question. So are there ways for him to try to see him without moving into that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do.
Okay.
But we can't.
So we don't have to move in there.
We don't. But it would be great, we can't activate him at this point because like the third platoon is not on that card. So he's this guy's out of command. So the first thing we're going to do is I think a platoon move with the third platoon. Right?
Yep.
So that costs 2, but allows us to move the entire platoon.
To the end.
So I'm going to move while you move him. I'm going to take him down. Excuse me. So he's now down to 2, and we mark him exposed. Exactly. Perfect. Okay. So
that's
that's
2.
So that's 2. So one thing, by the way, I'll mention, which is kind of cool, is he would if both of these guys were under cover markers but separate cover markers, he would still be out of command. Like you can't communicate from cover marker to cover marker, which again I think is a really cool abstraction because it's like, hey, I'm hiding over here in this gully and I'm in this bush. I can't see you or hear you, right?
Yep.
All right. So now they're all together on the card.
That's one that if that platoon commander could use the pyros.
Yes,
for
that's
anybody in that half.
Yes,
that's the concept.
That's the concept. Is if he needed to, he could throw out his smoke, and that would take care of it. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to use a spot command.
Okay.
So that is under combat actions.
Yep.
So we're going to draw. So we're going to draw 2 action cards, modified by the modifiers of the spotting attempts, draw markers, and check for the crosshairs. So let's see if we can find the spotting marker. So the spotting modifiers are here.
Okay.
So the person who's going to try to spot is line, right? We're just going to issue it to one of our commanders. And he's not on a higher elevation. The target is a forward observer.
Yep. So -1.
And the target's card cover. So we got to look at that card that he's on. It has a +2.
Yep.
So he doesn't get any modifier down here.
Yep.
So we're drawing 1 card to try to spot it.
Oh, so got it.
Unfortunately,
pull the right one back out.
Doesn't matter. It's all good. So we're looking for a crosshair as an icon. Okay, we didn't get it.
Yep.
Now, as we sort of, and we'll mark that as spent. Actually, put this in the wrong spot. Now, one thing I'll mention is that there's an exhort command. Exhort. Here it is, over here on the command. So if we wanted to, we could spend 1 to draw 1 more card to try to succeed at that.
Really look.
Yeah. And it's important because you can't issue the same command twice, right? You can't just keep trying to spot. So I think we should use that exhort command and draw 1 more card and
attempt to do it again.
See if we get lucky.
Now, I noticed over here on the attempt to spot, modified by the spotting attempts, but if we exhort, is there a spotting attempt already there?
Sorry, say that again?
I assume that's what spotting attempts, like every time you try to spot, I take that back. I thought as you continued to attempt, it would get easier and easier, but it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Nope.
That's just these modifiers on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally got it. All right. So you know what?
Oh, okay.
Yep. And it turned out both the cards I pulled.
Yes, exactly. That's sort of saves us from that. So, all right. So we haven't spotted him. It's not over yet, necessarily.
But we have used all the commands.
We have used all the commands. Well, keep in mind, 3rd platoon still has 1.
He had 1 that he saved.
Saved. Yeah. So one of the things we could do if we wanted to is we could attempt to find cover on this card. Or we could just hold on. Like right now, he's not in a lot of danger, and we got good cover. So
hold on.
I think hold on.
Okay.
Okay. So then now we got to draw. So let's just draw quickly for first and second platoon, but we're drawing the lower number because they're initiative, not first platoon gets 2.
So a 1.
Modified down to a 1. And second platoon,
Whoa. The whole damn
you
deck.
don't want the whole deck. Okay, so they each get one. So now let's think about, and second platoon has a couple of saved commands, but I think second platoon we should just save the command again because I don't want to go into that hex. And first platoon has one in a saved command. So I think we got a couple of options with first platoon. We could either move the entire platoon up into the village, which is not necessarily a bad idea, or we could send one over there. What's your gut tell you?
Did you say you're not sure, but you think we might have to clear that whole row?
We can find out really quickly. We go over to the.
And the reason I'm asking is I'm trying to figure out if there's an upside in our, given where the attack point is and the targets are of even going in this direction at this point.
Well, so the mission goal is that we have to clear rows 1 and 2. If you go over here.
Okay.
On this scenario, the mission goal is you have to occupy the primary and secondary and clear rows 1. So we've got to clear that card.
Got it. So we got to clear this row. Got to clear this row anyway.
Yeah. So
we're gonna end up in that dang marsh.
Yeah, we are gonna. Yes. So here's just thinking ahead. So I'm thinking that we're gonna end up getting some. We're going to end up getting general initiative commands, right? One of the things I'm going to want to do, I think we're going to want to do with the general initiative command is to move this paralyzed team out. One of the only things paralyzed teams can do is they can move backwards into a card that doesn't have a volume of fire and has some, they can basically move back to safety. Because I think they're just going to sit there and
we're allowed to go back to these.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it would be nice also to try to
departure.
Yeah, so I think it would be also be nice to try to use these guys to try to spot this guy, which I think actually is the number 1 priority.
Okay.
Now, if we got really lucky, we could move this entire platoon up here and then use a general initiative command to move this guy here. But the problem is then we're kind of thinking we're going to draw at least two. So what I'm thinking is we should just order one of our remaining guys here forward into this hedgerow. And we're going to use whatever one command we get, or hopefully one command we get, we'll use it to spot. And then after that, we'll figure out what we got left.
You're saying we're just going to do that with our one command that we pulled.
Yeah, just do that with the one command.
Save both of the seconds.
And save both of the seconds, yes. So we'll essentially move that guy forward. And one of the, I really would like, if we're going to get a contact here, I'd like to get it now, because when we get into these potential A's, if we're up to like engaged, then they draw fewer cards.
Yeah. Okay.
So he moves and is exposed. And so first platoon, now we got first platoon and second platoon are going to get, like, they're activated, but they're going to get some saved commands, right? First platoon here. So the first platoon saved one. Oops. So the good news is if we keep drawing poorly, we can go. So now the XO and the XO and the first sergeant each get 1, right? And I'm just going to mark them as saved.
Okay.
Because we're not going to do anything with them. So now's the big deal. We want to draw high on this general initiative number because then we got a bunch of stuff we can do. That's not high.
That's low.
Yeah, so I think we're back to spotting.
Spot? Yeah. And spotting from here, you said?
So basically, yeah, we're gonna spot from here and hopefully we'll find him. And so just to real quickly to explain, the reason I'm doing this is now we have a German on the map. He's gonna do something. My guess is he is more likely to run away if he's spotted. Because then we'll be firing at him. So, unfortunately, we're still only drawing 1 card, but maybe the 3rd time lucky.
Not the whole deck again.
No luck.
We are not.
No joke. And we can't exhort here, exhort there. So that's it. All right. So now that's all of our moves. So now we do. enemy HQ higher event segment. This is their version of our thing.
Okay. Which, just looking for an HQ symbol?
Yep, just looking for an HQ symbol. Nothing.
Nada.
So now we are doing something we haven't done before, which is enemy activity checks.
Yep.
So this one is a little bit unique because forward observers don't sort of behave the way that units normally do here. We'll eventually get around to that. But if you look over here in the rules, and I got the deluxe edition rules loaded in here. So these fire spotters follow their own script here. So first they're going to, this is the order that they're going to lay down or to do a call for fire. Units in the same card as its target marker. So that's the first thing. And that's the one where we started.
So going back, there's already an incoming on the board. Does that come off? Or
Yes.
do they just keep
No.
there?
That's going to stay. It's going to come off in a second. It's going to stay.
Okay.
Right. So what they're doing is when they first place it on the board, you just place it as an incoming fire marker. This time they're actually going to be, they're going to draw to find out if it actually succeeds or not. Right?
Okay.
So I got to check the mission instructions. We're going to check the mission instructions really quickly for, okay, so over here. So right here on so you see artillery spotter gets 3 draws. Oh, actually, one other thing. If we go, so just going back to the Google sheet real quickly. And I know people like it's not here on the video, but down here, you see down on the bottom right where you have like enemy units. So we should have put the artillery FO down there. And the reason it matters is that you can see that he has 2 fire missions.
Yeah.
So basically, he's used 1. So he's only got 1 left.
Well, then he may not be that critical to spot.
Well, he may not be after this turn. Still would have been nice not to have him do it this turn. So what that means is he's gonna draw to find out if he actually succeeds now at this. So he gets 3 draws, and we're looking for burst symbols. Woo! So he doesn't. There's all our spotting symbols.
Spotting, yep.
All right, but that's okay. That's okay. So he literally doesn't do anything this turn. So this is going to be a very quiet turn, although it's going to be kind of interesting. So, all right. So that is the end of the enemy activity check, right? We're going to skip mutual capture, skip view. So now we remove existing incoming and airstrike markers.
Got it. And that can just drop it over there.
Yeah. And one of the things that means is that because there's no volume of fire on this card, 2 things happen. The first one is we remove the pinned marker.
Okay.
Right? They're like, ooh, phew. But the other thing is that our contact now drops back to no contact. And why that matters is we're going to draw more cards for this potential contact. Right?
Why is there oh, because we haven't actually contacted that guy.
Yeah, we aren't firing at him yet because we don't even know he's there.
Yep. All right.
Believe me, if we knew he was there, everybody would be firing. That's one of the things in this game that you'll see is basically you don't have any control over what people fire at, or you have very limited control. So once something gets spotted, everybody just opens up.
Probably pretty realistic.
Right? Yeah, I would think so. So
I think it's what I would do.
Yeah. So
actually,
now
I'd be cowering.
letting
everybody else shoot.
I'd be the pinned guy or the paralyzed guy.
Yep.
All right. So now we're going to evaluate potential contact markers, and we only have the 1 this turn.
All right. You only have the 1.
So we're drawing 4 because it's no contact.
Oops.
It's actually a very quiet opening here, frankly. I mean, we did get blasted.
Now, see, I have nothing to compare it to, so
Fair enough. Oh, we got a
I don't
contact.
have contact.
All right, that's kind of good for the teaching aspect of this. All right, so you probably can remember most of this, but first things first, we draw a D10.
Looks like a 1.
That's bad. I think that's mine. It's a sniper. Oh god, I think. Oh no, it's mines.
We're drawing all the
It's
odd
mines.
ones. Just give us something to shoot at.
Okay.
All right.
So we put a mines
Mines
marker.
are automatically in that hex.
Yeah, put mines. Mines are in that hex.
That
So
makes sense.
as the token implies, we now draw 3 cards to see if we get that burst icon. Yeah, we do. We do. We get that burst icon.
We did?
Oh yeah, didn't we? Yeah. See that these two things
of 'em.
with the we got 2 of them. I don't think getting 2 of them matters. Okay, so basically the fact that we drew 2 of them doesn't matter. So we basically now have we have this mines volume of fire here.
You.
I don't even know if that counts as a volume of fire, but it wouldn't matter because it's going to go away anyway. So now we basically are doing the combat resolution for this. So this is the mines are -4, right? It's out there on the token. We get the +1 because it's happening in the hex with us, and -2. So we're basically drawing on the -4 again. We have yet to not draw on it.
Hit. Oh, so close.
So close, so close. Oh well. So see what happens to him. Wow, you're doing good at drawing hit effects. So we know what this is because we did it once before. So we're gonna get actually just grab this paralyzed unit here and clone it. So now we've got a very similar situation here.
Yep.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this back to this side. So if anybody else moves into that hex, they got to do that again.
Ah, okay.
So we're not moving into that hex. We're not moving into that card anymore.
Nope. I'm not.
That card is going to sit there. So again, very quiet, but that's it. So now we just clean up and we're back around again.
That is the end of turn 2 in this Fields of Fire teach and play. If you're enjoying the video, it would be great if you could like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, all those things that help the video get seen on YouTube. And we'll be back with turn 3 of this teach and play in the next video.